I just gave you my RMA number.
Okay. Are you checking status?
No, the problem is I talked to RMA today because they were supposed to send my machine back on Friday, and they told me that because they found a stick of broken RAM in the system, they're not going to replace the RAM. So it's kind of a long story. I bought the machine on the 1st of January. It was sent to me, and when I got it, the machine kept restarting over and over again, so I sent it back to get it fixed. And you guys replaced the power supply. It sent it back to me, and it turns out it wasn't the power supply. So it was the motherboard, so I sent it back to you guys again to get it fixed again this time. And you guys still have it. And
okay, so basically when they're telling you that the stick of RAM is defective, they're saying that you sent it like that. Is that the case, or what?
I think they're trying to say that I broke it. But you guys have had the machine for almost 20 days, and this is the first I've heard of the RAM being broken. So I'm trying to figure, and then they're telling me they're not going to replace the RAM. So, I mean, you guys sent it to me with a defective motherboard and possibly RAM. I sent it back to you guys.
Okay, give me the RMA number and I'm going to ask the RMA guy.
Sure, 169814.
So you're saying you don't have any defective RAM, basically, that's what you're trying to tell me.
No, what I'm saying is very simple. You know, I opened the machine one time. I haven't touched it. I tried to boot it, and then I sent it back to you guys. I sent it back to you guys so you could fix it. And I feel like I've been fighting with your company for almost 3 months now to get the machine back in working order. And so on Thursday, when I talked to guys in RMA, they said, "Oh, it's fixed. It's no problem. We're going to ship it out tomorrow," being Friday.
Okay.
Well, it's Monday, and I called them up saying, "Hey, I never got the shipping status." They're like, "Oh, we found a broken piece of RAM jammed in the motherboard. We can't give you that piece of RAM." But this is what's driving me crazy. I thought the machine was completely rebuilt. So if the machine was completely rebuilt, how did he just find a broken piece of RAM today? So I'm really trying to wrap my head around what's going on over there. If you can help me figure it out, I'd really appreciate it.
Okay, 1 second, okay, Anthony?
Thank you very much.
Hi, Anthony, did you speak to a manager?
No, they were transferring me to somebody. It rang a bunch of times and it hung up on me.
Okay.
They said it was going to be customer service.
Okay?
Thank you.
Okay, no problem.
Hello?
Hi.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Anthony Damasco. I'm actually calling in regards of an RMA problem I'm having.
Okay.
I bought a machine on the 1st of January, or 2nd of January. It was shipped to me. The machine arrived and it kept not staying on. I would turn it on and it would reboot itself over and over and over again. So I sent it back to you guys. You guys swapped out the power supply and mailed it back to me. I turned the computer on, and the same exact problem happened. It was at boot. It was something very obvious. So I called you guys like, "Hey, what's going on?" I ended up having to send it back to you guys to get it fixed again. So you've had it since then. It's been about a month, and I kept calling and following up with your RMA department. And they're saying, "Oh, we're working on it, we're fixing it, we're doing this, we're doing that." I talked to these guys on Thursday, and they said, "Oh, it's finished. We're going to mail it to you tomorrow, or we're just going to do some final QA." I'm like, "Oh, great." So it's Monday, and I called again today, and all of a sudden, they found another problem with the machine. They said, "Oh, we just found out that there was a stick of broken RAM stuffed in the motherboard, and that you guys aren't going to replace it." So I'm really confused on how, if this machine was rebuilt and everything, and now they're just finding a broken piece of RAM, and now on top of that, it's not going to be replaced. The machine was shipped 3 times, excuse me. So I'm trying to figure out why I'm having why there's some problems. Why can't I just get this machine fixed and delivered so I can move on with my life? You still there?
I understand. Do you have your RMA number with you?
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
1 second, actually, I just closed the window that I had it on, so give me 1 second. 169814. And I'm not asking. I don't think I'm asking for anything a little extreme. I just want the machine that I bought.
Of course.
3 months ago. That's it. I even looked at the price of the RAM. The RAM is $20. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even at this point. It's more principle that you guys sending me the machine that I paid for than the RAM. You know, I don't think it's going to cost you guys a lot of money just to put the extra stick of RAM in there and test it and make sure it is as advertised when I paid for it. Alright, you still there?
I'm here.
Alright, great.
Trying to update. Okay. So why don't we do this? Let me look into it first. Okay.
So you're going to look into the situation?
I'll back as soon as possible. Sorry?
You're going to look into the situation for me?
That's right.
Can I have a direct phone number to you? Is that possible? If I don't hear back from you today, I can call
I'll
you?
give it to you right. Alright. Name is Steve.
Steve?
Extension.
7. Here's your last name, if you don't mind? Say that again?
G.
Steve. Okay, great. And your extension is... So if I call the 188 number and I put this extension in, I'm going to get your phone?
That's right.
Alright, do you have my return number?
I have.